Welcome everyone to another Brikwars Battle Report. And this was the first Brikwars game I personally ever played nearly 3 years ago. During an XEC trip to the planet AS-236, one of the shrimps ventures away from the hotel, looking for a perfect spot to grill his marshmallows. He doesn't have to go far as he soon discovers a lava lake. Perfect. Excited, he starts running back to the base to tell the rest of the campers about his discovery, when suddenly he hears some grunting behind him. In hindsight, it might have been Alien for "get off my charred lawn", but the shrimp gets cooked by plasma fire before he can think about the sound. Soon more aliens appear in the rocky wasteland near the XEC's hotel, and the campers have to take a break from their vacation. They prime their water guns, board their camping vans and get ready to defend their beach party. The aliens' transport ship begins loading up the nearby drones and laser troopers. Their fighters launch and immediately fly towards one of the structures the tourists chose for sightseeing. The squadron of assault vipers do the same on the other side of the battlefield, charging towards the tortoise. The floaters, along with the rest of the alien infantry, pushes toward the front, while a few squads make their way towards the two bridges crossing the lava lake. With the alien flyers approaching, the caravan tortoise crew decide that they should probably prepare their vehicle for battle, activating its transformation sequence. The caravan moves out to send a welcome message towards the vipers, hitting one of them. The alien craft doesn't seem too impressed by it though. Two of the exogliders also take off, and the groundskeepers, shrimps, armadillos and GRD bikes move towards the enemy as well. One group of alien drones realizes that the bridge they wanted to cross is blocked off. One of them decides to just blast the way open, successfully murdering a wall and achieving the first kill of the battle. The Vipers have gotten into range of the tortoise by now, firing their plasma lances at the massive vehicle. With 5 of their Arachons hitting their target, the caravan is blown up and the aliens have one less big gun to worry about. The starfighters in the meantime manage to miss half their shots, and each having one of their plasma cannons malfunctioning, only killing one of the groundskeepers on the beam emitter. Another groundskeeper falls to the Arachon staff of one of the jetpack drones that spearheaded the assault. The floater squadron also arrives at the front line, taking out the defenseless caravan with ease, and a lot of plasma. During all of this, more drones boarded the carrier, while the rest pushed onwards. The groundskeeper that survived the two starfighters attempts to blow some of the dust from the beam emitter onto one starfighter, which doesn't really do much other than leaving the alien ship a bit more dusty than before. The water gun warriors' dual-wielded water guns take out the first of the Vipers. Apparently wicked witches aren't the only green thing that water works wonders against. The two exogliders take a conventional approach to take out another Viper, riddling it with bullets. The final Viper is quickly taken care of by the group of shrimps, clearing up the XEC airspace on this side. The GRD bikes take out the floater commander, and one of the groundskeepers launches a tank of acid onto the other floaters, reducing the two floater drones to a puddle of liquefied alien and molten nanites. The armadillos now join the fight as well, with the pioneer successfully taking out one of the starfighters with a missile, taking revenge for the groundskeeper that unfortunately died on the emitter. The surviving fighter flies around the beam emitter's central tower and behind the armadillos, where he murders a snowplow in cold blood. The heavy floater, in an attempt to avenge his squadron, fires his plasma blaster at the nearby group of shrimps, missing completely and blowing up the parasol a second time. Troops accidentally shooting the parasol will be a running theme throughout the remainder of this battle, but won't be brought up every single time. The rest of the aliens is still on their way to the battle, so not much happens. The hypercarrier does finally decide that it's time to stop loading up more troops and instead starts carrying them towards the front line. The sonar station also decides to take off and find a better vantage point. The pioneer fires another missile at the remaining fighter. Together with the hotel's defense drones, he manages to shoot the ship down. One of the exoglider pilots sees the approaching carrier and attempts to shoot it down with one of the glider's torpedoes. Unfortunately for him, the missile just slides out of its launcher and harmlessly drops to the ground. Admittedly, this groundskeeper might disagree with the harmlessly statement made before, but he has elected to not say anything about it or about anything else ever again. The heavy floater, embarrassed by his failure to blow up the shrimps, accepts his fate and is promptly shredded by the two GRD bikes. The group of drones that arrived at the battle first managed to take down one of the exogliders with combined fire from their Arakan staffs. The carrier also arrives at the front and unloads the 5 drones and 2 laser troopers he carried. Together, the drones and laser troopers take out 2 of the groundskeepers but fail to destroy the bike, still dealing enough damage for the driver to lose control over his vehicle. Another torpedo is fired at the carrier. This time the glider actually does manage to launch it properly. This torpedo doesn't reach its target either, instead hitting one of the drones that just joined the battle, vaporizing the alien. One of the laser troopers is also caught by the blast, but is only knocked back and disrupted. The vehicle pulling the caravan earlier is also in the explosion radius and is blown to pieces. The parasol probably took some damage too, but I said I wouldn't keep track of it, so we'll just ignore it. Still not discouraged by the overall accuracy of the torpedoes, another glider fires one at the carrier and actually hits! Note this down, fellas, it's not going to happen again. Oh, also, it didn't even put a dent into the carrier's hull. The out-of-control bike runs into a tree. The tree is knocked down, but it proves surprisingly resilient, taking the bike down with it. The carrier is finally taken care of by the remaining bike and the shrimps. Sadly, the involved humans were too busy trying to bail or laughing at their opponent to take a picture of it. The burning ship crashes on top of the disrupted laser trooper, crushing him and one of the drones. The other 4 aliens manage to jump out of the way in time. With most of the alien troops still running towards the battle or recovering from the crash, not much of note happens in their round. The 3 drones on the blue bridge manage to take down another exoglider though, while the squad below destroys the water gun warrior. One of the jetpack drones jumps on top of the wreckage while the other one takes cover behind it. One of the groundskeepers finds a new toy to play with. He surgically removes the torpedo from his friend's skull. By that I mean he just rips it out. And proceeds to just bang it against the blue bridge's support pillar until it blows up, resulting in the tower dropping on top of the groundskeeper, crushing him and one of the drones. The other 2 drones manage to bail in time. One can jump onto the still standing part of the bridge, while another plummets to the rocky ground below. One of the laser troopers that jumped out of the way of the crashing carrier has to learn that his armor does not make him immune to chainsaws. The shrimps attempt to shoot the 2 jetpack drones, ignoring the drone immediately in front of them. The drone atop the downed carrier falls. The one that jumped into cover survives the attack. The Pioneer does not want that jetpack drone to be lonely and offers an emotional support missile. Unfortunately for him, the missile he chose seems a bit clingy and goes off inside the launcher, destroying all remaining missiles. The Armadillo doesn't want to live without its missiles and joins them in their chain of explosions, leaving only a few burning chunks of camping truck behind. We have reached the point where most aliens are busy being dead, dying or failing to hit anything, so nothing of note happens for them this round. We bring you this scenic view of a laser trooper standing between a few burning wreckages and a crushed tree. The shrimps also take note of the laser trooper, convincing him to attempt a backflip over the tree. 9 out of 10 jump, but the landing looked a bit dead. Another torpedo, this time fired at the approaching sonar station. We all know what this means. Of course the torpedo misses, what did you expect? This time it takes out an unsuspecting watchtower. Take that, you stupid tower, nobody liked you anyways. Or did you see anyone else using it as a vantage point? Oh, right, he can't answer, he's dead. And inanimate. The other shrimps ignore the destruction of the watchtower, told you nobody cared about you, and shoot the drone captain next to them. The drones finally manage to hit something. The remaining GRD bike gets shot, with the driver barely jumping off in time. The remaining Armadillo fires 2 of its drills at the sonar station. One of the rockets misses completely, disturbing a nearby picnic. The other missile hits, but the sonar station doesn't look too impressed by it. Not much going on here again, so let's just ignore the 7 surviving aliens and go on with their opponents. The shrimps and exoglider take another shot at the sonar station. This time the massive command ship does go down in flames. No thanks to the glider though, who crit failed both of his shots. The missed shots from the glider hit and take down the other bridge pillar, dropping the rest of the structure and the alien that managed to save himself earlier. With their command ship destroyed and most of their troops dead, the surviving aliens retreat, cursing their 2-inch weapons and swearing to bring shorter ones in the next battle. The shrimps are finally free to roast their marshmallows over the lava lake, while the rest of the XAC goes back to their beach party.